In the final week of the 2017 West Virginia legislature, a bill that would enhance financial protections for vulnerable adults has reached the Senate floor after it was advanced out of the Senate Judiciary Committee on March 30th. House Bill 2404 expands the Mountain State's Slayer statutes to bar persons who are convicted of certain criminal offenses from acquiring property from their victims. This legislation received overwhelming bipartisan support in the House of Delegates and recognizes the common law principle that one should not benefit from his or her wrongdoing. Kanawha County Senator Corey Palumbo has been a longtime legislative champion in the fight against financial exploitation.
We've passed legislation on this in the past, and things continue to move and evolve, and there are always different ways, different avenues that people who are inclined to exploit the elderly population will continue to do that. So we need to stay on top of the issue. We need to keep engaged with the AARP, who's really on the front lines of understanding what these problems are, and continue to be open to closing these loopholes.
AARP West Virginia staff and volunteers have again maintained a very active presence at the state capitol throughout this legislative session. Dedicated volunteer members of AARP's Capitol Advocacy Team play an instrumental role in the organization's effective state advocacy work under the Capitol Dome.
I've heard legislators say, as we've been in one committee or another, there's a lot of red in here today. They respect us. They respect our point of view. They want to hear what we have to say about the issues of West Virginia. This is a great group to work with. From the state team on down to the advocacy volunteers, this just is a bunch of people that are effective and work well together. It's a good team effort, something you're proud to be a part of.
Well, every time we talk to a lawmaker, on either side of the aisle, they say how effective our team is. And we have team members that are here every day of the week. Sometimes it's 4 members, other times it may be 8 members. As we go through the halls, they know we're here, and they speak to us all the time. And when we go to committee meetings, they'll ask us why we're here and what we want from them.
They get masses of pieces of paper. They can read all sorts of kinds of things, but to have a real person with a real story who's a real voter is so extraordinarily important. And the fact that we have numbers. The fact that they can look up at any point in time, whether it's in a floor session or in a committee meeting, and know that there are many people wearing red who are interested and engaged in those issues is extraordinarily powerful. And I find that it's a fascinating process to be involved with. It's also an extraordinary learning process, not just from being here, but from the information that we're provided through AARP. So when I am out and about and I hear other folks discussing what's going on here, it's nice to know that I have a ringside seat and sometimes just a little bit more detailed information.
They understand the issues as it impacts the retired people that are living throughout West Virginia because they connect and they're from those rural regions of West Virginia. They bring a very important emphasis to shake a hand in the morning, and more importantly, to mention a particular piece of legislation and why it's important from the perspective of the AARP and those people who are members of that organization. And I recognize that they also bring a formidable force. They are a voting bloc that we have to represent, but we get to listen to and understand those impacts as it happens to them in their homes and communities.
I can't stress enough how important it is to have the volunteers and the staff from AARP here. They know the issues. We can trust them as legislators, telling us the right things, and frankly, I'd be hard-pressed to do without them here in the state Senate.
You know, obviously, when you're trying to build a budget or vote on a bill or whatever, those who represent the AARP population, I guess I would be one, it would certainly, carry a lot of weight in this process. I mean, we understand that our state, as compared to other states, we have an older population, so as we take action, we're doing so that's the nature of our state in terms of the number of people that are here. So it's very important for people to be face-to-face with their legislators up here. I think so.
It is so refreshing to see folks from the AARP come into the Capitol, because when they're here, I realize that many people are influenced by interest groups, special interest groups, and they always have a unique special interest that they're trying to promote that seems to benefit them uniquely. What's so wonderful about the AARP is that when they come to the Capitol building, you're looking for what's good for all of West Virginia. You seem to step outside your own unique special interest and promote what's good for all of West Virginia. In fact, I think if we would, as a body, adopt the policies of AARP more pronounced in a more pronounced manner, this state would be a better place to live, work, and raise your family. And so I'm very thankful to the AARP and look forward to a continued wonderful working relationship to work closely together to advance the cause of all West Virginians.
For the latest updates from the state capitol, follow us on Facebook at AARP West Virginia, on Twitter at AARP WV, and online at aarp.org/WV. For AARP West Virginia, I'm Tom Hunter.